Are you an African entrepreneur needing mentorship and educational content? Then, click the subscribe button below.
Today, I have been challenged to bring a discussion on Industry 4.0, or what other people might term the fourth industrial revolution, and bring it back home a little bit in terms of issues pertaining to entrepreneurship, development, and support. So I'll take us a little bit through a journey before I conclude the discussion on issues pertaining to what I believe we should be looking at. How many of us are familiar with this? How many of us are familiar with this? I'm seeing a lot of pictures being taken right now. Apart from using the cameras, all of us are taking our cell phones. We're busy taking our cell phones, sending emails. You've shut down post office. You are retrenching people from post office, by the way. How many of us have ever used a telegram? Some people are exposing their age. So things are taking our jobs.
Yes.
Things.
Yes.
I don't know what it is, but things are taking our jobs. But just a quick one, so we get the discussion going. We are on the verge of a fifth industrial revolution. But for now, we are in the middle of the fourth. But it's always nice for us to know what happened for us to get there. First of all, we had the issues of the steam engines. The textile industry changed dramatically, and that practically changed the way people had made products and goods. We moved on. I'm happy that the MD of Ford was here yesterday, to Henry Ford in the second industrial revolution, whereby it changed manufacturing for good. And electricity was powering that innovation point. The date, we don't have supercomputers anymore. We're using computers right now. We have PCs. And what we are experiencing right now, which we term as the fourth industrial revolution. And with the fourth, it is a convergence of everything that happened in the early 18th centuries up to now. You will see during my presentation that will bring forth a lot of other examples of what I'm happy that I'm having a lot of entrepreneurs here on what we might be looking forward to. One, cybersecurity. I was traveling. I got to a particular airport. I wanted to take out money. My bank refused because I wasn't using a secure network. Cybersecurity. The day your cell phone gets missing, you are not crying because you've lost that nice thing of yours. You're crying because all your data is gone. So now we're looking at issues of data analysis, big data, and we're moving on to the issue of mobile technology, the way we're using mobile technology, and smart technology. Everything is interconnected. And the one I like the most, and I'm following a lot, is 3D printing. And I'm very sure there is a doctor that is trying something incredible, replacing someone's ears via 3D printing. And guess where they just did that? Thank you. So a lot is happening, but some of these things is happening in isolation. And the reason why I'm saying that we might just be facing the fifth revolution is AI is here. And it might be replacing all of us in this room, including myself. And when I'm saying AI is here already, you find that there are companies out there, I'm speaking to entrepreneurs now, companies out there that have AI as the chairperson of their board. So there's some companies that do not, because of our integrity level as human beings and ethical standards, now they're introducing AI in the boardroom. After you finish saying everything, you say whatever the AI says. That is the decision. Data analysis is coming through. So the issue of convergence will impact on the way we do business. While you might quickly have pocket of excellence in South Africa and Africa as well, then we are lagging behind. I'm just from a country that Soweto has more people than the entire country. But if you want to look at technology advancement, they are producing hubs for BAs in a room of this size. And the pub, I didn't say I was drinking, I'm just saying. All I'm trying to say is, we might be looking for trouble if we lag behind way too much. So, one of the reasons we're losing jobs, truth be told, I know the banks will not be my friend today, but we are losing jobs in the financial sector. Most of us here do not want to get into the branches anymore. Am I lying? We want convenient, new type of target market is forcing companies to adapt. And we are fearing job losses. Consumer trends are changing. We'll be living in a very fast pace of life. We want things to happen now, not tomorrow. However, resources are limited. In South Africa, we are blessed that we have so much resources. For me personally, we misallocate. It's the misallocation of those resources. We are very slow in terms of invention. We like adapting so much that we've forgotten about our ability to create and innovate. Shortage of the right skills, and I'm going to get into the skills issues. I am from a university, and I will be the first to admit that we are lacking behind in terms of reforms. Most of our reforms are very reactive. They are not proactive. Yes, things are changing, but the wheels are turning very slowly. And the reason why I'm saying the wheels are turning very slowly is because what society requires is 10 steps ahead of our tertiary, especially tertiary institution. I don't want to talk on behalf of basic education, right? Before I'm kicked out of the country. And the reason why I'm saying I don't want to talk about basic education before I'm kicked out of the country, we are in this trouble because if you have 40%, I think, in maths, you have passed matric. We are looking for trouble. One of the skill sets that we need is people that can analyze things. And you are failing maths, and you think you can do data analysis. Good luck. There is limited mass entrepreneurial action. Yes, the wheels are turning, but the wheels are turning slowly. These are some of the issues. For some of us that are entrepreneurs in the room, a lot of opportunities out there if you considering the fourth industrial revolution. From your digital sales, moving on to manufacturing, moving on to developing new business models. And like I said, I'm very interested in material and surface production right now, whereby 3D printing is going to take over the space as we are moving ahead. Other examples that I could share for some of us that might be interested in the health sector, some things are changing as well. We are having wearables. There's Apple for those of us that have the money to buy it. Samsung is heading there. I want a scenario where in future, my system can self-manage itself. My doctor should call me and already inform me that you might be having headache in the next hour. And by the way, there is already product out there for cancer, whereby cancer is detected quicker than ever before. So headache is just a small issue. We're talking about wearables, where if some of us were watching James Bond movies, you would think it's something of dream, not even future. It's happening right now. Limbs have been created from machines. Just talking about abilities that we might be having in the future. Are we ready as entrepreneurs? Are we sure we are ready as entrepreneurs? Let me rephrase that question. Are African entrepreneurs ready? It is a shock when I did the research for this presentation. In 2014, we missed 2.4 trillion. Not rands, not shillings, right? US dollars. So can I ask the question again? Are we ready?
Not really.
We have to be. We're not.
And one of the reasons why we are not actually ready, and I must admit, is connectivity. Other countries now are talking about 5Gs, connectivity. We are still struggling with 3G. And our telecommunication industry have decided to slam us with a huge sum for data and Wi-Fi. Are we ready? How are you going to be connecting to some of these opportunities? Language. Are we ready to trade in China? I'm not. And I take it back to the issue of the education system. Other issues that might be falling upon us is vast portion of Africa is still underdeveloped, including South Africa. But guess what? Those are entrepreneurial opportunities for us. In terms of the future, for some of us that love the future, statistics is by 2034. You remember we have Vision 2030. Yes. By 2034, 4 years after the expiry date of that vision of ours, we might be having 1 billion robots. And by the way, if you go to Japan, they already these robots servicing people. Go to Finland, go to Germany, it's already there. I'm not going to have a maid anymore. I'm just going to manufacture my own robot. Future, floating cities. You may actually have underground cities as well. And it's already happening. The picture to your right there includes a football stadium, right? And we think it's for the future. In Helsinki, as of 3 days ago that I was there, one of their latest malls have a football field in the seventh floor, in the seventh basement, and guess what? A beach in a mall. Why we are saying this is the future, right? 2060, 69. This is the future for Africa. Other people have left us behind. By the way. And for some of us that likes food, we might just have 3D printed beans. If medically we could print a year and fix it up, what is stopping us from printing food? It's just a question of material development. We're going to have handheld MRI scans. Right? Nowadays, you walk into the hospital and you wait on a very long queue if you don't have a medical aid. and you are by Steve Biko, you might actually die before you've been attended to. You go to the private hospital, your pocket must be big. The way our cell phone technologies are going right now, you might just have an MRI scan in your cell phone.
Yeah.
The way things are going. And the last part that I love the most is future babies. Designers' babies. We will predetermine the level of intelligence of our babies. The height of our babies. We might not even need a male or a female anymore. Unfortunately, it is happening already. And one of the most popular case study for me on that one is Ronaldo. Yes, it's not to that scale, but it's happening already. Experiments are being performed. If people agree to it or not agree to it, history will judge them. We are the first ever identical twins. When we say identical twins in terms of their genetic made from the same egg in China. The guy is being criticized now, but guess what? Some scientists are coming out to say maybe this is the future. Maybe it's the future. Yes, we have moral issues, we have ethical issues. As you may know, ethics evolves. Maybe in 2053, if we are still alive, we might think differently when we get there. I know some of us will say, how can this be? Right? In 2006, we did not have an iPhone. We did not have an iPad. 4G was a dream. WhatsApp was a dream. Uber, the biggest company in the world transportation-wise, with no single cab. We didn't have it. Airbnb wasn't there. Android wasn't there. Instagram wasn't there. So you're still going to ask me, how is this possible? Or will it happen? My question is, where will you be? It took the telephone, the line for some of us that had those ring ones, 75 years to reach the first 100 million customers. The web, 7 years. Facebook, 4 years. Instagram, 2 years. Things are narrowing down. For some of us that are entrepreneurs and you are developing new business models, if you can't reach your customers in the next 2 months, forget it. Talking about investment readiness, don't even go to an investor. Talking about skills, issues, this I got from the World Economic Forum in terms of the type of skill set that is required next year already. Not in 2015. Things are changing. Are we changing with the times? And I said at the beginning that our educational system is slow to respond to this. And by the way, you can learn these things, you don't need a teacher or a lecturer anymore. As long as you have your phone and you have data, stop doing things you are not supposed to be doing. And start doing things you are supposed to be doing. In terms of how we can accelerate this transformation, policy. And the reason I'm going after policy is policy will create the environment for some of this innovation to happen. Policy and the system should understand that there are no quick wins. Entrepreneurship is a journey, not a sprint. If we are to support entrepreneurs, you should be in there for the journey. It shouldn't be about your annual reports or financial year end. And issues of skill set, as with any developmental issues, the type of skills that we share with our entrepreneurs are also critical. So what should we be doing? Innovation systems, providing platforms. The type of skills should be addressing what we need right now, which is the Industry 4.0, enabling environment. We should not forget others in this journey. Inclusive growth. Because what is about to happen, we might keep on having the same records when the same technological advancement could help us to narrow down our inequality gap as a country. We are leaving others behind. So as entrepreneurs, my challenge is, how do you bring others with you as you are growing? Most countries that are well developed ensure that every single citizen is not left behind. And this is not the responsibility of private sector. This is not the responsibility of government. This is not the responsibility of our higher education systems. It is your responsibility as entrepreneurs. The sooner we understand, once you call yourself an entrepreneur, you are getting into the middle of all of those factors, ensuring everything happens. That is when we will start winning. The last part I'm putting in there, as part of the presentation, is entrepreneurship development and support. And with that, I'm just going to bring up what, as a university, we are doing. And for some of us that are from other structures, you are welcome. You are not copying our system. Issues of professional service. Our entrepreneurs do not have the money. It's the structure that offers collective professional service in one point. And if we are talking about the fourth industrial revolution, is there a visual incubator in this country? Or I'm told to go to a building to get incubated? Is there a visual? That's a question to all of us in this room. We're talking about the fourth industrial revolution, Internet of Things, but yet you still want me to walk into a brick and mortar building. I'm not saying it's not correct, but I just need services. I can still stay in my dungeon to get the same service. It's just food for thought. And one of the things we preach is lean. Start up lean. Gone are the days where we write business plans. But those of us that are funders and supporters in this room, we might talk out about it later on. You don't need a business plan as a small business. Amen. You need to validate your business model. Yes. What business plan are you writing? You're writing a business plan on a business idea. You don't. So start lean, get your customer, and hopefully you get support for it. And then you might think about writing a business plan. Please, I'm not saying you shouldn't do business planning. Those are two different things. But one thing that is happening in this country is everyone asks you for a business plan. And then I answer, business plan for what? For a business idea. Good luck. And this is the reason why 75% of all our small business fail. Yeah. They are not failing in business, they are failing because the business idea was not validated. So we need to unlearn a little bit. It's a tough pill to swallow. But we need to start moving with times. Last point, all of us here must get involved. All. And I'm going to repeat this again, and sometimes it becomes very uncomfortable. Private sector, government, all of us, entrepreneurs yourself. Some of us are very privileged to be in this room. In your own community, are you sharing the same news? Or we are saying, no, SIDA will do it on our behalf. Good luck. How do you get involved? If you have the money, yes. If you don't have the money, you can still know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Like I mentioned, issues of developmental funding, coaching of entrepreneurs, mentoring of entrepreneurs. And please, when I'm talking about coaching of entrepreneurs, I don't mean what we call the hit and run. Remember, entrepreneurship is a journey. At every stage of that journey, you need support. But what is currently out there is support comes, disappears for another 2 years. When you are bankrupt, you are told we can make a plan for you. And for some of us in the private sector, is it possible that we utilize our corporate social responsibility in a new form of creating enterprises? Some of us are sitting in here with so much budget in your supply development programs. I'm not asking for 30%. The government is asking for 30%. I'm not asking for 30%. Can you just give us a 5% set aside as a young entrepreneur? 5. Just 5. Just imagine what 5% set aside would do to entrepreneurs. The fourth industrial revolution is a game changer, guys. It's a game changer. It's either you are ready or not. Other people have already implemented some of the visions I've just shown you. So we'll just leave you behind. And unfortunately, that is the truth. So personally, we need unconventional thinkers here. And when I'm talking about unconventional thinkers, you should have an ability to challenge conventional wisdom. Thank you.